Hello, MonstersAbound here, and welcome back to Total War 3 Kingdoms and part 40 of my campaign formerly known as the Ma Teng Campaign, where Pang De is in a bit of a pickle. That's right, Ma Teng's old friend Pang De, who is currently leading his army in his absent friends, is in a bit of trouble. It's been attacked by two enemy armies. Now we have positioned ourselves in, to be honest, we've got a terrible position here. We're somewhat down a hill. We've got the G militia on our left flank defending that flank. On our right we've got our cavalry. Me thinking that if I can load one flank with my cavalry, I might be able to get some sort of like charges going on. If I can crush that flank, I can sort of lend some support, and I can use the G militia to just hold off any enemy cavalry on this flank. But they do have a lot of guys and a lot of crossbows. They're also not quite sure what they're doing at the moment. I think they're trying to link up with their reinforcements, who are now just trickling onto the field here. As you can see, yet more bloody crossbows. It's not what I want. If you haven't heard the news, the new Three Kingdoms DLC has been announced. 8 Princes, which apparently takes place in the period after the Three Kingdoms period. Basically, if you didn't know, Cao Cao wins in the end. His son Cao Pi becomes emperor. Then his son, or rather, he has an advisor called Sima Yi. Now, Sima Yi sort of, well, he forces Cao Pi's son. I believe this is what happens. I might be wrong here, so look it up yourself on Wikipedia or somewhere like that. Cao Pi's son basically then Sima Yi forces him to abdicate, and Sima Yi then becomes the Jin dynasty. And the 8 Princes takes part, I believe, after Sima Yi's death, and he basically has 8 sons, all of which kind of want to do the whole ruling thing. And starts a bit of a ruck. I've not really read much about that period in Chinese history, so I am very excited to give that a try. And when you go on Reddit sometimes, you see people go, "Oh, I'm not interested with this period of history, so I don't want to play this Total War." I'm like, what? Why? I mean, I like the fact that Total War games go to different periods in history. It makes me sort of learn about it. I love history, but I especially love Total War. So anything that mixes the two, anything that goes, hey look, there was this period of Chinese history where there was these 8 princes and they kicked the shit out of each other, I'm like, I am there. I am now interested. I want to know everything about that. I need to find some podcasts.
Your best is not good enough.
Okay, so this army currently is sort of milling about. Yeah, Pang De does not. Pang De has no chill. He's like, no, whatever. I'm going to point out that no one wanted to duel Pang De here. None of the enemy generals. There's 6 of the buggers. None of them. Not one of the shits wanted to duel Pang De. They were like, nope, don't want to do it. I mean, you can't really blame them, to be fair. There's a lot of milling about here. I was trying to move my trebuchets closer because just seeing big clumps of infantry like this, it just kind of stirs something in your artillery soul, doesn't it? You just want to see bodies flying in all directions. And in fact, that's exactly what we're going to see, because we're going to get some lovely shots with the trebuchet when they get into range. I think if we have a look, yes, you can see the trebuchets aiming for this big clump right here. That's right, and they're not spaced out yet. Come on, trebuchets, give me the goods. Show me the money. Show me the money. And by money, I mean giant flaming balls. Well, I mean, that was rather poor, wasn't it? That was disappointing. But oh wait, there's more. This looks better. This looks better. Ah, that's the stuff. Yes, yes, more. I'm almost there. Ah, good stuff. Right. Okay, so we are pounding the enemy crossbows, ideally, to try and knock those out, because they're the ones that are going to do the large amount of damage. More trebuchet shots coming in, knocking out those blobs of infantry, those crossbows. That's looking pretty good. Our cavalry is trying to keep its distance because we don't want to get turned into pincushions, because cavalry is what's going to win this for us. Now, I'm sending Gojia with our cavalry because he has this debuff.
Amazing that you can both talk and battle.
We're not really battling at the moment. So anyway, he's got Wisdom in the River. So that will reduce melee evasion and armor, which means if we have to duel the enemy cavalry, we can get a big bonus by dropping that debuff on the enemy cavalry and then hitting them with our cavalry. Because that will then wipe them out very, very quickly. And then we can start using our cavalry to hit their crossbows, their infantry, all that kind of stuff. So that's what we need to be doing. We've got 4 units of cavalry moving on the right flank as well. Trebuchets continuing to pound the infantry where they can find nice big clumps. You can see nice big piles of bodies. Sort of... Oh, look at this. I fucking love trebuchets.
How many have you killed? Not enough, I think.
Well, currently 0. These guys...
How witty! How very witty!
Got 550 kills so far. It's not bad, is it? That's all right. It's not bad. I mean, they certainly pull their weight, the trebuchets. They certainly do. You can't go wrong with some trebuchets. So this enemy cavalry is coming around on our left flank. So our G militia are going to reposition themselves to defend this flank. Because the last thing we want is cavalry in our missile units, because that's bad, because of course we've got our Onyx Dragons and we've got some heavy crossbows as well. So we need to sort of start whittling down the enemy archers. Cavalry's pulling back just in case, because these crossbows are just getting a little bit too close for comfort. Our crossbows opening fire, and as you can see, yeah, we're getting some good shots there. Those heavy crossbows, lots of armor piercing damage, cutting through that cavalry very, very nicely. G militia now reforming into a defensive formation. Watch our crossbows do their work. Look at this. Look at them go. And the cavalry, taking a lot of fire, is just going to have to charge our spear line. We are sending some cavalry round to assist as well, just in case. Here we go. This is not a good idea. Oh, Jesus. That was bad for the enemy cavalry. We do have a unit of enemy cavalry, though, trying to come around. Our cavalry is moving to intercept. We're not going to reach there in time. I thought they were going to engage my cavalry, but in fact what they do at the last second is change direction and hit my G-Millet. Oh, ow. Ow. We do get a surround on them, but you can see they did a lot of damage there. Our cavalry's just holding back. We're going to send Liu Feng in to engage the enemy. And our archers now opening fire. Lots and lots of damage coming out there. We need to concentrate fire on these crossbows, though. The enemy generals still don't want to duel Pang De. I mean, understandably. Our heavy spear guards are in turtle formation. Although, there we go. Pang De does want to... someone wants to fight Pang De. I mean, it's a mistake. It's Zhang Ningxan apparently wants to duel Pang De. That is basically suicide. I mean, he's just going to make a total mess of this. She's going to go down like a ton of bricks. Our spear line is holding firm against the enemy. Our cavalry is now moving up to assist. And we need to be careful here. We need to spread out our cavalry. We need to get some rear charges in. We don't want to engage the spears on the front. We want to try and get them in a sort of pincer formation. So a little charge there on their flank. That worked out quite well. We're moving this unit around. We're going to get them in this side as well. Hit them hammer and anvil. We just need to keep this cavalry moving. Engage and then pull out. Break a unit, then pull out, and then charge again. Pang De is, yeah, absolutely tearing the enemy general to pieces. Come on, Pang De, stop playing with her. Just get in there and chop her head off. There we go. That's one down. Right, there we go. Cavalry now pulling back out. Getting a nice little charge there on that G militia. Then we can see separating out. And then we're going to re-engage again. We've got some enemy cavalry to deal with there. This G militia moves in to try and help. And then we charge them in the rear. Good stuff. The got some spears chasing us now, but if we could just break these quickly, then we can pull out and just get the... I mean, basically, we're just cutting them off. It's like those shoals of fish. The dolphins doing the like, hunting down... Basically like that. Just trying to separate them and engage them where we can. We've got some raiders in here. They are dealing with some of this infantry, helping that out. We've got some more cavalry here just breaking away. Pangda is chasing down the enemy strategists who don't want to play ball and are just sort of running around, not really doing much, doing some sort of synchronized, like just desperately trying to stay out of the way of Pangda, basically. Who can blame them? Cavalry just doing exactly what it needs to be doing. Just running down. Look at this. One unit retreats. The infantry chases it. Another unit of cavalry charges in. The unit of cavalry that was running away charges back. The infantry unit is completely destroyed. Just need to keep doing that, and we will very, very soon have mopped up this entire flank, and then we can move in and try and assist with the main army. Although currently, actually, it's not looking too bad because we lost a lot of Onyx Dragons and a lot of crossbows. There's a lot of dead boys here, but that's fine. Our spears have been holding fairly well, considering. They won't be doing a lot of damage, but they are holding the line, which is basically all we need them to do. Militia over here still fighting, still doing fairly well. Just one unit left of spears here, all their friends now dead. The cavalry charges in from every direction.
I will defeat you.
And Pangda is going in for another duel. Against... who is it this time? Sheng Juan Sheng or something. Juan Sheng, yeah, that person.
Do not relent.
Enemy commander. I mean, we killed a friend. I'm going to be honest. Don't think this is going to go much better for the enemy. Pangda already just carving through that health. Absolutely no problem. Little hamstring there. Most of the enemy generals are either retreating or dead. And this one's soon pretty much to follow. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The enemy general is fallen.
Yeah. Leg came off. Yeah.
What? No more fight?
Well, no, because, you know, removed leg. That pretty much did for that. And the rest of the enemy army is now running for their lives. Absolute carnage on the front lines. Bodies everywhere. What a fight. Our cavalry is just going to go and mop up as much as possible. And Pangda and his army lives to fight another day. Pangda pulls it out the bag. Look at that. Yep, bunny boy in the background has a heart attack. And Zugu. Can we release me? He's got nothing of value. He's only worth 100. He's agile, direct. Well, yeah, all right, we'll release you.
They have suffered enough.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. After having their shit kicked out of them, I'm just going to recruit. I think. Let's just recruit him. Off he goes. That'll teach Sao for messing with Pangda. Holy shit. Holy shit. And look, Kingdom of Wu. Our spy. It's the faction leader. Oh, it's amazing. That is so cool. I'm legitimately like just really, really pleased. Oh, it's brilliant. What a time to be alive. Okay, so we got some stuff to deal with, but we might have defeated Wu. Like the wind. Not satisfied with winning the battle, our general overtakes the retreating enemy troops and lays a successful ambush, further reducing the numbers. Wow, Lu Feng, what a guy. Living up to Ma Teng's lineage. Right, so... we can't instigate a civil war yet. Are they still likely to... It doesn't say they're about to rebel. I guess if we just wait, we can effectively just then instigate a civil war. I don't know what effect that's going to have, but I mean, it's certainly going to set the cat amongst the pigeons, isn't it? So I guess because technically faction leaders don't have satisfaction, the spy is no longer at risk of leaving my service because they are dissatisfied, because they'd be dissatisfied with themselves. So I guess that works. Sure, whatever. What we got? Huajai is honest. Lovely. Don't know who that is. We've got a Forge Master. Ooh, hello. Income faction wide. That's nice. That's very nice. Okay, hang on. Where is Ma Chao? There he is.
This is what you train for.
Indeed. Plus success. I mean, do we need satisfaction really? Do we need satisfaction? Because I think most of our generals are pretty happy. So I reckon what we can do is actually switch him over for the Forge Master. Something like that. That'll give us more income, which is good. We're moving on Liu Bei's capital, so that's fine. And although we've got some issues in various locations, overall it's not looking too bad. I think we need to head back here and destroy this army with that guy. You can come down. What we might do is be able to lure you into an ambush. So if we come down here, might be able to do something like that. I think we need to get. I mean, Pang De is generally fine. We might. Can we catch up with you?
Marching.
I mean, theoretically we could, depending on what garrison that army's got. Let's lay an ambush. Pang De's leveled up because he's literally just a beast. What can we give you? Endurance? Guile.
The population is growing here. A gladdening sign.
Well, indeed. Indeed. Running speed I'm not too bothered about. Expertise. The thing is, his armour means he's got 0 expertise, so increasing that's not going to do much good. Let's just give him more endurance. I guess like fatigue resistance. Sure, why not? Can't go wrong with that. Lu Feng, you can. I think we're going to go zeal with you. Zeal with you, and then you get a little bit more attack. It's a bit more beefy. You've got. What have you got at the moment? You've got dull iron carapace. We could actually give you slightly less armor, but it does give you more stats. So we could do something like that. Let's give you a good horsey as well, because may as well. Pretty happy with all that. Oh, this is going so well. And an interesting. I did not think our spy. I literally just threw a spy into the Kingdom of Wu because someone in the comments was like, "You should put a spy in the Kingdom of Wu," and I was like, "All right, sure, whatever. Fire and forget. Pick someone, off you go. Knock yourself out. We'll see what happens." Who knew they would become the Empress of the Kingdom of Wu? I mean, I did not see that one coming personally, but what a ride! What a ride!
I take what I need.
Indeed you do. Now, can we...
Return to standard position.
If you go for that farmland, are you likely to do that?
Persevere.
Okay, let's bring you over there.
Embrace impulse. Ever onwards.
Let's bring you over here. That does put you within the radius to support the copper mine. We'll move this army over here. Now we've got a smaller...
No.
Is that Kong? It's Kong. Bloody Kong Rong. Bloody Kong Rong's back, everyone. He's back. This one with an untwistable stomach. Potentially. Right, we're going to go there. We're basically laying ambush all over the place, and we're going to try and... I think Lady Feng is probably... Either she's going to go for the copper mine and go, oh, look, there's no one there, and go for the copper mine, or she'll head back to the city. Kong Rong might go for the toolmaker. So we can try and deal with that. I think Jinjiang is just going to have to...
Make way.
Scooch over here. We've got this army. It's tracking these armies down is a little bit tricky. Having to do some tricks. Okay. We'll demand the surrender. They're not going to surrender. That's fair enough, to be honest. We'll continue the siege. We do have 2 lots of trebuchets. You have trebuchets as well.
Bend, do not break. Sprout ever upwards to heaven.
Okay, I think that's fine. I think that's fine. Now we do have this army over here. I mean, I think generally we're going to be okay. I think we've got armies in places. Let's go and see. I wonder if they might be going in for this farmland. So let's. Oh, did you just march? Shit. Okay, well, just sit there. No, actually don't. Sit outside, because if they decide to lay siege, then you'll take a turn of attrition, which is a pain in the ass. Is that something they fixed in the beta patch? The beta patch is out. I haven't got it installed yet, but some of the fixes that they've got do look quite good. And I really do need to go around and check some of my buildings, but... Oh dear, you're not happy, are you? Well, that's because mostly you're on fire. I imagine being on fire doesn't, you know, help with public order, so we will put out the fire. That's probably alright. That's a T-hat. Where's that saying? It's down here, isn't it? It's down here, and it does... And we got the money, so we may as well upgrade it. Can't hurt. And we're going to upgrade all the farmlands so we get some more food. Let's just go through. Check to see. That's... Oh, dear, that's all on fire. Let's put all that out. I can't go around remembering what's on fire and what's not. It's, you know, it's tough. It's, you know... let's build some more schools. Education, education, education. We've already got schools. Okay, in that case, have a farm. I don't know. I just guess at this point we just like, I don't really give a shit, to be honest. I just... You know what, screw it. We'll end the turn. I'll worry about that in between stuff. Map view. What is it? I mean, theoretically, we could potentially win that. But I'm kind of at the point where I just don't care, so I'm just going to delegate it. It's like, I could fight it, but I fought those battles before. I've got a lot of farms these days. I've got a lot of settlements, some of them on fire. And... now this is interesting, because you just wandered into our ambush, haven't you? That's not good for you. You do not have an awful lot. Could... Really? Oh, because we get the reinforcements if... Right, okay. Well, let's fight this one. This will be a little bit interesting. Not like the having to fight the stupid settlement minor battle with holding the choke. It doesn't matter.
Our men are spotted.
It's one hell of an ambush. I kind of forgot to deploy my trebuchets. Oops, they're currently just sat over there. Never mind. Anyway, we'll be fine. Our spear line hiding in the trees over here, already doing quite a lot of damage. Archers to the enemy infantry. We've got a nice long line of infantry, as we can see here, just holding the line there. And then our cavalry now coming in from the forest behind. Getting some love. Oh, look at these charges. That is beautiful. Lovely charge here as well. Gorgeous stuff. That is poetry in motion. None of the enemy generals want to duel. They're all too scared. Crossbows dying there. Now, our melee cavalry are currently in the forest trying to hold back the rest of the army while we mop up the front vanguard of the force. Forest is currently on fire, but that's okay because at this point in history we're not too worried about ecological disasters. So having a few trees on fire, not so much of a big deal. Cavalry have mopped up the enemy infantry already, and they're now moving to sort out the rest of it. So we've got some crossbows, some archers here, and then we've got some more spear guards. Now our trebuchets are a little bit exposed out here. That's on me for forgetting to actually deploy them. Now we are trying to chase down the enemy generals, but they just don't want to play ball, so they're just sort of doing their own thing. It's actually my one sort of issue with romance mode is that it's very, very hard to lock down an enemy general that doesn't want to be locked down. They will just sort of wander around doing their own thing, don't really give a shit, and it's very, very hard for you to actually stop them. So I would like there to be some sort of deficit for you to refuse a duel, I think. Like if you did it, it should give you like a morale penalty or something. And maybe like reduce the stats of the enemy general because they're like, yeah, I don't want to fight. So our cavalry just mopping up the last few units in the trees over here. This is going pretty well. There we go. Charging in from every direction. Our trebuchets are getting cut up by this guy.
Unleash fury.
Apparently they're just not lining up. Have a swing. Nope, dead. Next.
Move out quickly.
Nope, lost his head. Next. Nope, lost his head as well. I mean, basically there's a theme going on there, so... oops, well, never mind.
I dearly hope your blade is sharper than your wit.
Cavalry is now just mopping up. I mean, look how many bodies there are here. Just mopping up the last of the enemy infantry. Most of the enemy army is on the run. We do have some swords actually trying to come back to the fight. Very, very brave of them. Very, very brave. Very, very bloody stupid. There's also some defenders of Earth. But we've spotted the swords, and basically all the cavalry on the map is going to converge on them. And that pretty much is it for the enemy army. Not too bad. Wonder what happened to those trebuchets though. Are they okay?
Our victory is proof of heaven's approval.
Oh, they're fine. Zhang Pan, what's he got? Defender's leather. Yeah. Yeah. I could just let him go. Mind you, he looks a little bit snide, doesn't he? I quite like that. I'm going to release him.
They have suffered enough.
You, on the other hand, look a bit of a prick.
It is the people's will.
And I'm going to... I'll ransom them.
Return them to their kin.
Okay. Now, I'm hoping that if we can just hold off the Kingdom of Wu until I can instigate a civil war, that's going to... it says a close defeat. I just can't be arsed. I just can't be asked to fight more minor settlement battles. I'll retake it. It's no big loss. Okay, you're heading back that direction. That's fine. Kong Rong is wandering around. That's okay. We're closing in on him. That's not an issue. It's a little bit troublesome just hunting down all these little minor armies running around, causing us some pain. But it's not like we can't lose some. Bohai, I forgot about that. Right, yeah. Yeah, okay, so we lost the farmland down there, but I'm gonna... Where is it? There, but that's fine. Someone else, toolmakers, that's fine. Straight to the point. Your general engages in a debate with an opponent whose argument amused the crowd with their couple of euphemisms and innuendos. However, wordplay relies on ambiguities, and your general simply responds with an ugly but undeniable insult, causing the opponent to retire. There was much laughter from the crowd.
Lift the peasants.
Okay, who? Between Zhang... Right, him, and... him. Right, okay, well... I don't know, suck it up, basically? I don't care.
All will know the name Jianjiang. Standard stance.
Well, they certainly will, because it looks like the guy who took the farmland right in the movement range of Xinjiang, and the valiant defeat, really.
For vengeance.
I'll take that, thank you very much. Just demand surrender. Okay.
Destroy corruption.
Where are you heading? Probably to my fishing port. Probably to my fishing port. If I maybe head down here, set up an ambush. We'll bring you down here to chase.
Remain flexible.
I wanted to take out Kai, didn't I? So we need to do that. Let's have a quick check on my spy. So what do we need to cause a civil war? 50, 70. So we're currently getting 13 a turn there, 11 a turn there. So in about 4 turns, 3-4 turns, we should be able to instigate a civil war. I don't quite know what happens when you do that, but it's going to be absolutely fascinating to find out. I wonder if Cao Cao's willing to...
Dishonest tongue.
Really?
May talk.
I'm going to be honest, I'm surprised. I'm surprised, Cao Cao. I thought you would, after the absolute bloody drubbing I've given you, maybe would go, actually, this might have been a bad idea. Let's go with Fury. And I meant to give... Wait, who did I mean to give to? Was it?
Resist corruption and endure.
Ma Yushi? No, he's got that. You've got... Oh, it was Pang De, wasn't it? It was Pang De. Pang De.
Persevere.
There he is. We were going to give him the ancestral pledge. It gives him a little bit more expertise, more instincts. Basically, I think it just makes it. I think it's just a better weapon, isn't it? It's just a better weapon. So we'll give you that.
Serve integrity.
You've got a little thing. We can give you a, I don't know, a horse. Have one of them. Sure. And I don't even know who you really are, so I'm just going to leave with... Okay, good. Right, so we're going to go and finish off this army. Let's bop you. Jesus Christ!
Justice cannot be denied.
Alright, can't... Did you just do that with a spear? What have you got? A grey thoroughbred. Yeah.
We should not waste resources on imprisoning them.
Just cut his head off with a spear. I mean, that's got to take some doing, hasn't it? I mean, that's got to be... It's got to be a bit, you know, harsh. Okay, we're going to threaten your livestock farm. And we could lay... I think we're just going to... I could take the toolmaker off you. Could do. Gonna hold off doing that for the moment.
To duty.
let's go and retake my
Order.
tool maker. No particular reason, just kind of want it back. Okay, so we're hunting that down. Right, so now we've actually got some sappers. We got loads of reinforcements. Look at this. Can we like organize? No, well, it doesn't matter. Right, so Ma Yushan. No, you're the wrong one. I think.
This is what you train for.
Right, Ma Yushan is there. So what we want is you to back off. Go and deal with this guy. That's it. We'll go and chase him off. And then we're going to go and take the capital. So take the capital. That will then deal with Liu Bei. In fact, let's just see, because I mean we have been given Liu Bei quite the drubbing. Will he? Kingdom of Shuhan abdicates. Never, but only 7.9. He's like very close. He's like, well, I could do, but he's not quite there yet. So I guess we're going to have to take his capital. So I'm going to take the capital, but that's going to have to wait until next time. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of the campaign formerly known as the Ma Teng Campaign, where we will take Liu Bei's capital and start a little civil war in the Kingdom of Wu.